Are you sauteing some chicken and need a quick pan sauce to add a little bit of flavor and make a good dish great? Well then, stay tuned. This quick pan sauce for chicken with a few simple ingredients will hit the spot. Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, and we're going to dive into a homemade sauce for chicken, a mushroom garlic pan sauce for chicken. Buckle up, let's go! Alright, so let's begin this pan sauce recipe. A pan sauce recipe is the ultimate weeknight recipe. It's fast, it's tasty, and it's super easy, and it adds just so much to a regular ordinary dish. Start off this pan sauce recipe by sauteing the chicken with a neutral oil in a saute pan over medium to medium-high heat. During the sauteing process, the goal for a good pan sauce is to get those brown bits on the bottom of the pan. That's fond, and fond is flavor. After you remove the chicken, it's time to place 2 tablespoons of butter or 24 grams into the saute pan over medium heat. Use a flat bottom spatula to help that butter melt by moving it around. You can also use that flat edge of the spatula to scrape the bottom of the pan to help incorporate that fond into the sauce. Once the butter is melted, it's time to add some mushrooms to this homemade pan sauce. 2 cups or 180 grams. Saute the mushrooms until they're golden brown, roughly about 5 minutes over medium to medium-high heat. Use that flat bottom spatula to shift those mushrooms around so that they're evenly cooked. It's also a good idea to use it to scrape the bottom of the pan to incorporate more of that fond into the sauce. After the mushrooms have been sauteed, add 3 cloves of garlic, around 10 grams. Give the garlic a quick stir to incorporate it into the sauce. You don't want it to burn, so cook it for approximately 30 seconds. Now we've reached the point of adding our thickening agent. For this homemade from scratch pan sauce recipe for chicken, we're going to use flour to thicken this sauce. 2 tablespoons, 24 grams, sprinkle it on in, give it a little bit of a stir. The burner is over medium heat. Keep stirring this mixture. Once the flour has dissolved into all of the other ingredients, it's time to add the liquid. And because this is a pan sauce for chicken, we're going to use chicken stock for our liquid, 2 cups or 500 milliliters. To bring the pan sauce to a small simmer, crank that burner up to medium-high heat. Take that flat bottom spatula, hit that bottom of the pan, scrape up all of the rest of the fond, incorporate all of the ingredients. Bring the sauce to a simmer. Once it starts to simmer, reduce it down for roughly about 5 to 8 minutes. You'll know that the pan sauce is done whenever you stir it and it leaves a trail and you can see the bottom of the pan. Once the homemade pan sauce for chicken is done, give it a little bit of a taste and then adjust the seasoning with a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. At this point, you can turn off the burner, give it a little bit of a stir, and then we'll add our final touch to this homemade from scratch pan sauce recipe. Add 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of cold butter. This will give the sauce a nice glossy look and add a creamy texture and taste. And to take this mushroom garlic pan sauce for chicken over the top, add a little bit of flat leaf parsley for some greenery, half of a teaspoon. Well, thanks for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. Don't forget to share this recipe with your friends, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and to remember, as always, to live, love, and make gravy.